Lisa here, and today I'm going to talk about how damage is calculated on Hearthstone's newest play mode, Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds is going to be free to play for everyone on November 12th. We have early access right now. If you do not have early access yet, there's a couple ways to get it. You can be in Twitch streams trying to get a Twitch drop, or you can pre-purchase the newest expansion coming out in December 10th. That is Descent of Dragons. So those are two ways to get it early. But if you do not want it early, you can get it on November 12th, free to play for everyone, Battlegrounds. And one of the things that I'm noticing is people do not understand how damage is calculated if you win the combat phase. And I totally get it. If I were to see this board right here of all these big fat minions, a huge 48 attack hyena over there, I'd be like, oh, I'm doing a ton of damage. But it's actually only 17 damage that I'm doing, way less than my 48 attack hyena. So it's just the damage done is slightly less intuitive as you would think. So I think once you realize how damage is calculated, super easy. So let's talk about how the damage is calculated. There are two things to keep in mind when calculating damage. When you see damage calculated, you're going to at first see a number on your hero. You could see that my dude, he has 6 damage right here. That is because I am a level 6 hero at this time of the game. You can get up to level 6. I will talk about the tiers and leveling in a different video if you want to catch that. Make sure you subscribe and get notifications. But that basically you level your hero, and whatever level you've gotten your hero to is how much initial damage your hero is going to do to your opponent. So right now, at this stage of the game, my hero has 6 damage because I am a level 6 in tier. After you've calculated the tier level of your hero, you're going to calculate the tier level of your minions. Every minion has a tier level associated with them. And so you can see the little stars on the characters. This rat is a tier 1. This rat's a tier 1. Mama Bear, she's a tier 6. Hyena's a tier 2. And this, the Finkel dude that came off of the beast, he's a tier 1. So you add up the tiers, and that's how much damage is going to be added to your hero damage. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 11 damage on my minions, and that's going to be added to the original 6 on my face, and that's how you're going to get the 17 damage that my hero does to the opponent. So it's important to know what tier every minion is, and you can see that on the Play Hearthstone website. You can't really see it in game right now, so if you go to the Play Hearthstone website, I can link it in the information. You can see each tier level. So here's your tier 1 units. You can only get these when you are a tier 1, and at the end, when you calculate damage, they do 1 damage to your opponent. Here's the tier 2 that does 2 damage, 3 damage, 4 damage, 5 damage, and 6 damage. And you can see how much it is at the top left by the stars. So that's very important. That's how you're going to know. Now, there are some minions that end up on the field at the end of combat that are not on this list because they are created by. So, for example, this Replicating Menace creates 3 microbots. Well, what tier are microbots? Anything that isn't originally in Bob's store, they're going to always be tier 1, no matter what. So this 1/1 spiders are tier 1. They're going to do 1 damage. The rovers, the 2/3 mechs that come off of that, tier 1. Even Mechano Eggs, Robosaur, the 8/8 minion that comes off of it, is technically a tier 1 and will only do 1 damage to your opponent's face. So that's really important to know. Something else that's important to know is that if the death rattle is to summon a random minion, like this piloted shredder, is summon a random legendary minion. Well, there are legendary minions all the way down to tier 2. There is a tier 2 old Merc Eye. So you could get a tier 2 off of this that only does 2 damage if it stays on the board after combat, or you could get up to a 6 damage. So that's going to be random. Something else that's random is going to be from Piloted Sky Golem, and from Piloted Shredder. Piloted Shredder reads summon a random 2-cost minion. That means 2-mana minion. It doesn't mean 2-star minion. So, for example, Khadgar is a 2-cost minion, but he's 3 stars, so you could potentially do 3 damage. But also, there are 2-cost minions that are 1 star, like Vulgar Homunculus or Rockpool Hunter or Murloc Tide Hunter, stuff like that. So those are only going to do 1 damage to your opponent's face if they're left on the board after combat phase. That is how you calculate damage in the newest play, Hearthstone's Battlegrounds. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe, notifications on, leave a comment about what other tutorials you'd like to see. I'll be trying to make as many as I can for Battlegrounds, as well as producing content for Standard Hearthstone. I play Standard Ladder. I go up to High Legend. Super fun stuff. So make sure you check those out. Yeah. Have a good day. Bye, guys.